We're here at the Shack in Buckland Park Lake in the Surrey Hills for the GlaGlaUK 2024. Now this race started back in 2021. Now, some of you may have known about the GlaGlaUK as the very famous race on Lake Annecy in France. And in 2021, due to a global pandemic, it wasn't as easy for anyone to get there. So Skip and I thought, we'll do a GlaGlaUK race, but we'll do it here at Buckland Park. We'll do the same race distance on the same day that they were doing it in France. And it was just, at the time, was something to challenge ourselves to get out and do something and kind of fill that gap because we were missing doing the 2021 race.
So we went and did that in 2021. 22, we had about 30 paddlers here. Same story. Couldn't go to the GlaGlaUK due to COVID. So we put on an event here, invited some of the paddlers that we know along. We had 30 odd paddlers here.
And in 2023, we had 60. And here we've got 130 registered for 2024. So what started off as Skip and I doing something because we couldn't get out to the very famous GlaGlaUK in France has turned into this. We've got three categories for the race. So we have the competitive 15-kilometre race. So that is 6 laps of the course. We have the competitive 7.5-kilometre race, and that is 3 laps. And then we have the Challenge Fleet. The Challenge Fleet is really for those that want to try racing for the first time, but a bit nervous. Maybe want to see what it's like to be on a start line. So want to have race conditions, but without the stress of being timed.
For people who are rehabilitating or people who want to get into racing, it's just a great way of being involved, learning from people, just seeing how a race works. If you've never done it before, it's really intimidating. Everybody in the SUP world, as you know, is really, really friendly and inclusive again. So I think the Challenge Tour is very, very important to get people, hopefully, to transition to racing.
The reason we have experienced paddlers and novices racing together is so that the novices can aspire to and see how the race runs and how people do things, whether it's in the turning or in their paddle strokes or whatever it may be. And it just gives people a little bit more insight into the racing world of SUP.
So the great thing here, the course is quite interesting, and we could just do a straightforward round the lap of the lake, but we've actually got quite a few features here to make it an exciting race, to keep the mind going as well as the actual physical side of things. We've got the small lagoon behind me, which is where the start is, and we've also got a beach run here. So each lap you will come into the beach, you'll come off your board, you'll run round a flag and then get back into the water. So that adds a whole new element you don't get on a normal race. When you get out onto the big lake, as well as going around the buoys, we've got a crossroads of chaos. So it's a point where when you look at the map, you're crossing over with racers coming the opposite direction. So that, again, it's just an interesting thing. And we've got the double entendre, which is 2 buoy turns in opposite directions. Again, so you're going to get to see racers, unlike maybe other traditional races where once everyone leaves, you're kind of surrounded by the people that are your speed, and the ones that are faster go and the ones that are slower are behind you. On this, you're going to be crossing over with everyone. So it's just an interesting way, another way to bring a bit more excitement to a race. So the Super Lap. Super Lap's new this year. So some call it the Joker Lap. So this is where you can choose one lap where you basically take a shortcut. So instead of coming into the lagoon and doing the beach run, you can carry on round. So it's a little bit shorter. I think it's about 750 metres shorter. And you can choose what lap you do that Super Lap on. So why is that interesting? Well, when you're racing against someone, people you're racing with, you won't know whether the person in front of you has done their Super Lap. So you might think you're right behind them, but then realise they've already done their Super Lap, and then you're actually further ahead of them. So it adds that kind of bit of jeopardy and a bit of excitement.
With the introduction of the Super Lap this year, I think it's really open to anyone. That really kind of puts the cat amongst the pigeons. It allows for people that may have thought about it a bit more from a technical point of view to use that as an advantage. So actually, it's a really open race this year. We've got some great sponsors this year. So we've got Ocean Pacific, who are always behind us in everything we do, which is great. We've got the SUP company down here with some demonstration stuff. So people have been getting out on the water and trying out some inflatables that they've brought down, some of the new stuff for this year. We've also got Mustang Survival, some great kit that is perfect for any water-based environment. Really, really fantastic kit for wearing when you're out and about. We've got Buccaneer Sessions here this year, which is an app that allows communities around these kinds of events and sports to come together in one place and be able to run kind of the news and the updates in one place in real time. We've got SUP Junkie here as ever doing their bit. They're out on the water, on the bank, interviewing people, keeping up with what's going on in the race and presenting that on their page, on their Facebook page. Oh, Sea Monster have They're not here today, but they've put in some prizes for the podium places with their hangers, which is great. So yeah, really, really good bunch of sponsors getting behind what we do.
Thank you for your support. I think it's fantastic to show the UK SUP community just what we're about. It's great to see old faces and new faces. Every year there's people popping up left, right and centre. I really would like to see the youth scene grow here. And I encourage anyone that races or knows younger paddlers to encourage them to sign up for races, the GB SUP races, our GlaGla race we're having summer, the winter race next year, nurturing that talent, supporting them any way we can would be fantastic.
Okay, so we run the GlaGlaUK winter race for 4 years now. This is the 4th one. And there might be some news in the pipeline about a summer event that could include quite a few different things. We're excited about releasing some information about that in due course.